Hello traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Monday, July 17th, and welcome to today's live stream. Thanks for coming as usual. Definitely like and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. Really makes a big difference for YouTube pushing my channels and my videos, my live streams out to new members. So definitely do that if you have not done so already. So we're going to do as usual. We're going to start off, since there's really no news today for us to pay attention to. Really, I mean, we're going to start off with the US dollar DXY analysis. Then we're going to do the full top down all the way down to the 1 hour time frame. Then we're going to take the information we learned from analyzing the US dollar and we're going to apply it to other pairs like gold and all the other US dollar in pairs. So let's get started right away. Let's start off with the DXY analysis. Like I said, we're going to do the full top down all the way from the monthly down to the 1 hour time frame. So I think it's very clear that we have a 1, ABC of 2, this is a big wave 3, this is an ABC of 4, and a wave 5. I think this is a downtrend for the A, 3 waves up for the B, a downtrend for the C, ABC of B. It looks to me like a 1, 2, and there's like a 3, 4, 5 inside there for the wave C. Definitely a nice big impulsive move down at the Fibonacci level. I think that right there is the end of a correction, and if that is the end of a correction, then that means we are now most likely in a downtrend, which I believe over the coming weeks and most likely coming months will end up continuing to make lower lows and lower highs, probably eventually going all the way down and making a new low on the monthly time frame. But we do have to remember this is the monthly time frame, so that's probably going to take years to play out. So let's take it down to the weekly time frame and switch back to the US dollar index, since I do prefer that one quite a bit over the DXY, or at least I do trust that one quite a bit over the DXY. If my trading view is going to cooperate, there it goes. So on the US dollar index on the weekly time frame, I think it's very clear we have a nice looking downtrend here, most likely part of a wave A. I think this is also very clearly an ABC of it's actually probably not an A, it's probably a 1, and this is probably an ABC of 2, but it definitely could be an A, and it definitely could be an ABC of B. Either way, it did turn right at the 38% Fibonacci. As you can see, both of these highs right here definitely respected that level. To me, it looks like there's a very good chance that we're in a wave 3 or possibly a wave C. I think that this is actually going to be a wave 3, and over the coming months, it's going to continue to make lower lows, lower highs. Now, if it really is a wave C, which it definitely could be, a wave C would actually end up looking something like this. Probably go all the way down to about the 100% Fibonacci extension of wave A. So whether it's a C or whether it's a 3, either scenario, I do still believe that we have a long ways to go to the downside. My mic sounds doubling. Hey, hi Kitty, how's it going today? Is the mic okay? Let me see. Seems like it's okay. Yeah, I've definitely been having a little bit of issues with my internet or my computer or something today. Hopefully everything is okay. So anyways, let's take it down to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, it looks to me like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of wave A. I still think this is a downtrend for the A of B, probably 3 waves up for the B of B, and a downtrend for the C of B. I think this right here is an uptrend for the wave C. Nice impulsive down. To me, this looks very clearly to be a downtrend. Some echo on the mic, huh? What is going on with stuff today? Is it really bad? Am I not going to be able to live stream all of this? Hold on a minute. Stupid thing. Okay, hopefully that's better. Let me pull this back up. Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully everything's better. Let me know if the sound's better. Is it better, Chris? Okay, good. Alright, good. Sorry about that. I've been having some issues today for some reason. I don't know. Computer's not happy today. Okay, hey Yana, how's everybody doing? Hey Ned. So let's get going. I'm sorry about difficulties. So I still think there's a very good likelihood this move up is a 2, and I think there's a very good likelihood this move down is a wave 3, most likely a wave 3 of C or a wave 3 of 3. Either scenario, I think there's a very good chance this move up is going to be a correction to this last wave down. I think this is going to end up continuing the downtrend. So let's head down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, I mean, one thing that we definitely could be doing now is we could be putting our Fibonacci retracement all the way from the top to the bottom. And we really only want to see this on the shorter time frames. So one thing we definitely want to do is we want to pay attention to our Fibonacci levels as this thing goes up. Right now it looks like one trend, like it's probably only a wave A. It's probably going to end up making a wave B eventually and then probably go back up to make a wave C. And then if it ends up making that ABC shape, making an impulsive move to the downside at a Fibonacci level, I think there's a very good likelihood that's going to be the end of a correction and probably the continuation of the downtrend. So let's take a look at that on the 1-hour time frame. So on the 1-hour time frame, like I said, even though it looks kind of corrective, I mean, this last move up is pretty impulsive. It's probably actually like a wave 3 of wave A. So we're probably due for a pretty good sized correction on the dollar pairs. Probably something like this for an A, B, and C. And then probably going to end up continuing back up again for a wave C at some point here. Probably go right up to a Fibonacci level, most likely make an impulsive move down, break structure, and if you see that, then I would say that's the end of a correction and most likely the continuation of the downtrend. So if we expect that the US dollar is most likely in a correction, and that it's most likely going to go up to probably at least a 38% Fibonacci retracement level, then we would have to expect something very similar on all the US dollar pairs, including gold. So let's check that out. Let's go to the euro dollar. Let's head back up to the daily time frame and start doing our full top-down analysis. So on the daily, I think it's still very, very obvious that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably a wave 1. This is probably an A, B, C, D, E, probably a wave 2. My pen is all messed up today. Most likely a wave 2, and I think that we're in a wave 3, and I think that we are at a Fibonacci retracement level, as you can see, and I do believe that any moves we see to the downside are going to be corrections to the uptrend, and I still believe that this is going to end up continuing to make higher highs and higher lows. I think it's all part of a wave 3, and I don't think that wave 3 is even close to being over yet. We're just in probably a pullback to that wave 3. So this is the last trend that we had ever since we had the end of this correction back here. We have a nice series of higher highs, higher lows, as you can see. We are going down right now, probably only a wave A, especially looking at the dollar indexes. It's probably going to go up and make a B, and then probably down to make a C, and then eventually head back up. So I am definitely looking for a 3-way pullback for an entry to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. So taking it down to the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, from what I see on the DXY US dollar index, most likely this move down is only a wave A, probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, which means that it's probably going to have to make a B eventually and then go down again for a C, which will probably take at least all day today and maybe even until tomorrow before we have the end of a correction and potentially the continuation of the uptrend. So if you do see 3 waves down, if you do see an impulsive move up, if you do see a break of structure, that most likely is going to be the end of a correction and most likely the continuation of the uptrend. So depending on what time frame you trade on, if you're a scalper, you could definitely be looking for shorts. If you're more of like a day trader, you're probably going to have to wait till the end of that correction for an entry to go long, potentially for the continuation of the uptrend. So let's take it down to the pound dollar. Pound dollar is very similar to the euro dollar. I think this is an uptrend right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably a 1. A, B, C down. Most likely a 2. To me, it looks like a trend that is most likely not over. We haven't even bounced off any Fibonacci levels on this one. I think we're in the middle of a wave 3, and I think we have a long ways to go to the upside. So let's head down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, just like the other ones, this is probably actually only a wave A. Even though it looks like it could be part of a complete correction, it's probably going to end up doing something like this. Probably something very similar to the other pairs. First wave down should be an A, ABC up for the B, and down again for the C. Then once you get to the end of an ABC correction, you should get an impulsive move up. You should get a break of structure. That should help confirm that the ABC correction really is over and that it's back into the uptrend. So just like the euro dollar, depending on what time frame you trade, you could definitely be looking for shorts right now on sort of time frames like a scalper. Otherwise, probably the best thing for most of us day traders to do is to be waiting for a three-way pullback, waiting for an impulsive engulfing move to the upside. Once we see that impulsive engulfing move to the upside, that's probably going to be the end of a correction and the continuation of the uptrend. Very similar to the euro dollar. So the Aussie dollar, once again, the Aussie dollar is very strong to the downside. Aussie has been quite funny lately because it's strong up, strong down, strong up, and now it's strong down again. I think there's a very good likelihood this move down is going to be a correction. I think it's going to make a higher low, probably higher low, and end up continuing the uptrend. Most likely all part of a big wave 3. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, very impulsive down. Just like the other ones, this is probably only a wave A. It's probably eventually going to go up and make a correction to that wave A, like a wave B. And then once that wave B is completed, it'll probably go down again to make a wave C. Eventually, I think it's going to make a higher low compared to this low way down here, as in it's probably only going to go to a percentage of this move up right here. And then it's probably going to end up continuing the uptrend from there. Probably start making higher highs and higher lows from that point. So anyways, let's head down to the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame seems very clear to me that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that this is only a wave A, which means that the next move probably is going to be up, but that move up is probably only going to be a correction to this last move down, like a wave B, which you could definitely trade a wave B, and then it's probably going to go down again for a wave C before it actually ends up continuing the uptrend. So that's probably going to take at least all day today, maybe even part of tomorrow to complete this ABC correction. So the Kiwi dollar, very, very similar to the Aussie dollar as usual. And not quite as strong up and down as the Aussie, but definitely very similar. I do think this move down is a correction to this last wave up right here. And I do think that this is probably going to end up making some sort of a three-way pattern down and then probably end up continuing the uptrend. Probably going to end up being like a 1 of 3, a 2 of 3, and then a wave 3 of wave 3. So anyways, let's head down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, I'm definitely still primarily looking for longs. This right here is very clearly a trend. It's probably all part of only a wave A, which we're probably still at the very beginning stages of that A. Probably eventually going to go up and make a B and then down again to make a C. So the wave A is not confirmed to be over. I'm sorry, we're probably at the beginning stages of the correction. We probably are going to go up pretty shortly, maybe this afternoon during the New York session to start this wave B. So let's keep all this in mind. Let's head down to the 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, I think this is also very clearly a 1, 2, probably a 3, 4, 5 of wave A. I think there's a good chance probably sometime today in the New York session, it's going to start making its way up for a wave B, and then probably maybe tomorrow London session or something, it'll head down to make a wave C. Just like what I was showing on the 4-hour time frame, should be an A, B, and C correction before it makes that impulsive engulfing move up, takes out structure, breaking structure, helping to prove that the correction really is over, and most likely at that point just continuing the uptrend. So like I always say, depending on what time frame you're trading, if you're a scalper, you could definitely be looking for shorts. If you're a swing trader or a day trader even, you're probably waiting for the ABC correction to complete before you end up going long. So the US dollar Canadian already made a big push up on Friday, as you can see. I still believe that push up is probably only a correction to this last wave down, and it's probably going to make like some sort of a three-wave shape, and then probably end up continuing the downtrend also. So I do still believe that this move up is going to end up continuing to the downside. So anyways, taking it down to the 4-hour time frame, I think this move up is going to be part of a correction to this move down. First wave up is probably only a wave A. We're probably going down now for an ABC of B, and then eventually probably head back up for a wave C. And just like the other ones, it's probably going to turn at a percentage of this move down, and then I think it's going to end up continuing the downtrend, making lower lows and lower highs. And so if we see a break of structure on this third wave, that's exactly what I would be looking for an entry to go short. Going down to the 1-hour time frame, I think it's very clear on the 1-hour time frame. This is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's even a 5 right there. This is actually now probably going down for like an A, B, C of B, and then eventually back up for C. So like I said, depending on what time frame you trade, if you trade below the 1 hour, you could definitely be looking for shorts right now. If you trade above the 1 hour, then you're probably waiting for this ABC correction to complete, waiting for an impulsive move down, waiting for a break of structure. Once you see all that, then you're probably going to be ready to go short for the continuation of the downtrend. So the US dollar Canadian, let's move on to the US dollar Swiss. US dollar Swiss has been very, very strong to the downside because of the Swiss strength and the dollar weakness. But I still think, just like the other ones, this is probably a 1, 2, 3, and the wave 3 is probably not even near over, and it's probably just going to continue to make lower lows and lower highs. So definitely still looking for shorts in a downtrend on this one. Going down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, I think we got the end of a wave 1 right around here. And I think that this is an A, B, C right here for the 2. Impulsive down, corrective up, very impulsive down, probably corrective up again is going to lead to another impulsive down. So I definitely am looking for shorts in a downtrend on this one also. I would expect to see some sort of a three-way pattern up, some sort of an ABC, WXY, something along those lines. Going down to the shorter time frames. So a lot of the other dollar pairs make me think that it's only a wave A. So this right here may actually be like a failed wave 5. And that now we're probably going up for like a wave A. We're probably going to make a wave B eventually, and then probably a wave C. And then probably go up and make a wave C. Once we complete this ABC correction, you should see an impulsive move down. You should see a break of structure, helping to prove that the correction is over, and most likely continuing the downtrend from there. So I am definitely waiting for a sorting opportunity on this. With how weak the Swiss has been, if I see this do something like this, make a big engulfing move down, I may even try to go short, because it very easily could just keep on trending down. I mean, this very easily could be an A already. This could very easily be a wave B already, and it could already be a wave C. So if I do see it turn down, I definitely am going to take it as a short, even though I think there's a good chance that it'll probably do more like what I just showed at the beginning, probably something like this, before it actually does continue down. So let's check out the US dollar yen. The US dollar yen, I think it kind of deserves to go up to the higher time frames. Because something I noticed this weekend when I was analyzing my charts a little bit is that I think there's a good chance that this is actually a 1 right here, and this is a 2, because that's a higher high right there. If that's true, then that means that this is probably all a wave 3, and that this is probably actually a 4, and maybe even it will go down some more, but I think there's a good chance it's going to go up again. And one of the reasons why I think there's a good chance that it's going to go up again is because of the yen, not so much the dollar. I believe that all the yen pairs are going to end up continuing the uptrend, which means that this is probably going to continue the uptrend to make a wave 5, and then it's probably going to end up going down from there. So I still think that this is going down on the shorter time frames. Not really a whole lot has changed with my analysis. I still think that this big impulsive move down is either a wave 1 or possibly a wave A. The next move that we're already in, I think, is probably either going to be an ABC of 2 or possibly an ABC of B. So whether it's an ABC or a 1, 2, 3 at this stage of the pattern really doesn't matter to us, because we would trade a wave 2 and a wave B exactly the same as we would trade, a wave 2 we would trade exactly the same as a wave B. A wave 1 and a wave A we would trade exactly the same. A wave C and a wave 3 we would trade the same until we get to about this point, because that's the point that a wave C would turn back up and break structure. If it's not a wave C, then it will never turn up and break structure like that, but instead it'll just keep on making lower lows, lower highs, which is why I say at this point it doesn't really matter to us whether we know whether this is a 1 or an A or a 2 or a B, or whether it's going down to make a 3 or a C, because to us, we trade every one of these waves exactly the same until we get to about this point, which is where a C would turn up and break structure. A wave 3 would not turn up and break structure like that, but instead it would just keep on trending down, making lower lows, lower highs. So really not that important that we know for sure that that is a C or a 3. So going down to the 4-hour time frame, most likely this is actually only the first wave of this 2 or B, like a wave A. Then it's probably going to make a cut into that like a B. Then it will probably go back up and make a C. And like I said, this is going to be either an ABC of B or an ABC of 2. An ABC of 2 and an ABC of B is traded exactly the same way. We're going to look for longs throughout the A. We're going to maybe even look for shorts throughout the B. We're going to look for longs throughout the C, whether it's a wave B or whether it's a wave 2. It really doesn't matter to me at all. So definitely check. So either way, at this point in the pattern, really doesn't make a big difference at all whether it's a wave C or whether it's a wave 3. Hey, NetTap, how's it going today? Thanks for coming. Yeah, definitely join my group. It's 100% free to join the group. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. I do offer a Patreon membership with a bunch of benefits, but you can join the group 100% for free. You never have to pay a penny if you do not want to. I do giveaways on there about once a month. Usually I give away a membership to my Patreon service. So anyways, going down to the 1 hour time frame, hopefully some of you got in this long today, because in my morning video for the dollar yen, we were down here and I said if this makes an impulsive engulfing move up, I would take it as a long. And then bam, there it goes. So hopefully some of you that watch my videos are already in this trade, which is probably not even over yet. It's probably eventually going to end up looking something like that for like a big old wave A. Yeah, that's a nice long opportunity right there. Impulsive up, break of structure. Corrective down. It kind of made 5 waves down, but it was definitely a correction. And then impulsive up. That was a very, very clear entry. And like I said, I even talked about it in my morning video that I put out about 4 hours ago. So hopefully some of you watched that video and some of you were able to get in that long, which is probably all part of a wave A still. So definitely a very, very clear entry right there. Probably one of the clearest ones of the day. Maybe that'll even get our clearest entry today right there. So let's move it down to gold. Let's go up to the daily time frame. Now, gold, I also think, is actually very clear to me that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down wave A. I think this middle section is a wave B. I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave C. I think this is all part of an uptrend. I think anything we see to the downside is going to be a correction. And I still think that gold is heading up. I still think gold is going to make all-time highs and just keep on making higher highs and higher lows. So let's take it down to the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, we have very clearly a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 waves up. I think it's more likely a wave 1. I think this is probably an ABC of 2. I think this is going to continue to make higher highs, higher lows, and it's going to be all part of a big wave 3. So I definitely am looking for the end of this move right here, which is probably going to go down further, probably at least to the 38%. Maybe end up looking something like this, and then end up continuing the uptrend. So let's take it down to the 1 hour time frame. So this one is kind of, I'm not really sure It's probably actually making a 5-wave correction like an A, B, C, D, E. And then if it makes an end of a trend down here at this 38%, I would say that's going to be the end of a correction and most likely the continuation of the uptrend. So I'm definitely watching this 38% level to see if it makes a big impulsive engulfing move to the upside. If it does, then most likely it will be the continuation of the uptrend. I hate that tap. Oh, there was pork bellies they were trading. It must be Trading Spaces you're talking about. That's one of my all-time favorite movies with Eddie Murphy, Trading Spaces. So, anyways, we already looked at all the dollar pairs, so let's go switch over to the yen pairs. That's usually my second top priority. And then we'll probably go look at a couple commodities like oil, natural gas, look at the stock market, and maybe check out a few other things. I think the Aussie Swiss was requested. So yeah, let's see. I just want to see if there's any more requests. Yeah, the Aussie Swiss. So let's get to it. The yen pairs first. Let's go up to the daily time frame. Now the yen pairs, there's a couple possibilities here. One possibility is that this is actually in a wave B right now. If it's a wave B, then it will probably end up turning back down before it actually goes up. The other possibility is that this really is the end of a correction and it's just going to keep on trending up, making higher highs, higher lows, which is definitely a possibility also. So let's take it down to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, to me it still looks like this move down is a impulsive move, like a trend, which is why I'm still calling this possibly a wave B right here. If it is a wave B, then it's probably going to turn at one of these two Fibonacci levels, maybe end up doing something like this and continuing to back down for a wave C, and then continue back up for the continuation of the uptrend. Now, I'm not even going to think about trying to go short unless I see a big impulsive engulfing move on one of these 4-hour time frames. You know, something like this would convince me to go short, but otherwise I'm not even thinking about going short. I'm just going to continue to look for longs on shorter time frames. So if it does keep on trending up, then we're just going to keep on raking in the profits. It doesn't really matter if we don't know if it's a wave B or whether it's continuing the uptrend. Going down to the shorter time frames, it kind of looks to me like a trend, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. So that's why I've been calling this possibly only a wave A, and that this may actually be going down now for a wave B, and then it's probably going to head back up for a wave C. So I still definitely would be looking for longs in an uptrend, but most likely it still is going to end up being some sort of a wave B right here. So let's take it down to the 1-hour time frame, which we're already on. So I would definitely be looking for shorts, but looking for longs. But if I do see an impulsive move down, I would think about going short, and then I would learn whether it made an A, B, C, or B and then went back up, or whether it just kept on trending up, making higher highs and higher lows. The pound dollar, kind of the same story. You go up to the 4-hour time frame, it looks like this is going to end up being a wave B. If it is a wave B, then it's going to probably turn at one of these two Fibonacci levels, probably end up doing something like this, and then continuing the downtrend. So I'm definitely still looking for longs on sort of time frames, but I am a little cautious because there's definitely a chance that this is a wave B. If this is a wave B, it could go back up to the 61.8. It could make an impulsive engulf and turn down, and it could from there just keep on trending down for the bigger wave C. Like this is an A, this is possibly an A, B, C of B, and then it possibly goes down to make a wave C. So I think it's pretty much the same story on all the yen pairs. Some of them are a little stronger, some of them are a little weaker, but pretty much the same story on all of them. The Aussie is definitely weak. It probably is going up right now. This one makes me even more convinced that this right here is an A. This is an A, B, C. What's this pen is lagging so bad today. A, B, C of B. And then we're probably going up right now for a wave C. If it goes up to the 61.8% fib, makes an impulsive move down, takes out structure, that's probably going to be the end of a correction, and probably going to be the continuation of the downtrend. So I think that's pretty clear what's going on there. Kiwi dollar kind of telling us the same story. Now this is definitely a trend on the Kiwi dollar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably a wave A. This is probably already completed an A, B, C of B. And it's probably going to go back up for a wave C. Probably up to about the 78%. So if you see it go up to that 78%, you see an impulsive engulfing move to the downside, especially if you can see a break of structure, that's probably going to be the end of a crescent and probably going to be the continuation of the downtrend. So, hey, John and Keng. Yeah, we probably will have time for the Euro Pound, but I definitely want to get to the other things first. The Patreon members have requested a couple of different things, so we definitely want to check those out first. So we will get to that, though. Oh, the Canadian yen is definitely gaining some strength, isn't it? Hey, Vicky, how's it going today? Hello, Alfonso, how's it going? So, anyways, going to the 4-hour time frame, it looks very clear that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down right there. Most likely this is all part of a wave A, but it definitely could be a motive wave correction, but most likely it's going to go up and probably go down one more time before it actually ends up continuing the uptrend. So to me, this looks way too clear not to be a wave A, and then it's probably going to go up and make a smaller wave B because a lot of the other yen pairs already have a wave B. So while this is going up, while the other pairs are going up to make a wave C, which maybe this is possibly an A, B, C right here, and then it's just going to go down. Either way, I think there's a good chance that this is going to go up, probably do something like that, probably break the wave 4 high, and then probably head down to make a C before it ends up continuing the uptrend. So, yeah, definitely. We're almost done the yen pairs, and then we'll probably switch over to commodities and maybe probably look at Bitcoin and a few other things. The US dollar Swiss is very strong. And Swiss yen, I mean. There's definitely a chance that this could be an irregular A, B, C, or B, and it could go down again before it goes back up, but the Swiss yen is a very good one to be going long on, definitely. Now, you go down to the sort of time frames, this is definitely a trend, which is why I'm still saying that this is possibly a wave B going up. It may have already made an A, it may be a B, probably end up doing something like that, and then there's a good chance that it's going to go down to make a trend, and then at the end of that trend, there's a good chance it's probably going to go up again. So, this one is definitely a very good one to be looking for longs on, for sure. So, definitely a very good one to be looking for longs, definitely. So let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, it may already, I think there's a good chance this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up, like a wave A. And even though this move down didn't break structure, it's a very clear 3-wave pattern. It probably is a wave B. And we probably are going up right now for a wave C. So if it does go up, do something like that, and then it goes down, breaks structure, that's probably going to be the end of a correction, and it probably will be the continuation of the downtrend. So that move down may not be quite that strong either because of how strong the Swiss has been. It may end up going down, making a higher low compared to this wave A, and then continuing back up again. So definitely keep an eye out for that one. The Swiss yen, I think, is probably one of the best yen pairs to be looking for longs on, for sure. So let's see, we did the dollar pairs and we did the yen pairs. Let's go switch over and look at a couple commodities, including we'll go look at Bitcoin also. Let's see what oil's up to. Oil and the Canadian definitely made a pretty strong turn, so they're probably pretty related. It probably is going to be a correction, though. I would say that there's a very good chance it's going to do something like this and then probably head back up to complete this wave A right here. So I definitely think that the primary goal for us would be looking for longs. Ooh, wow, look at that. That's a big move down. That looks like the end of a wave A right there. 1, 2, probably 3, 4, 5, which we can see better on the 1 hour. Wave A. Big spike, and then it reversed. But I bet it's still going back up to either continue the uptrend, possibly continue the uptrend, probably more likely make a wave B, which my pen is awful today, and then probably heading down for a wave C before it breaks structure to the upside and continues the uptrend. Let's see, what's the 1 hour look like? Oh yeah, we definitely got the end of a trend forming. We definitely have a very clear 1, 2, probably someplace in here, 3, 4, 5. This is probably only a wave A. I mean, there's always a chance this could just keep on trending up from here for sure, but I think that probably the odds are much better that this is like an A, B, C, probably a wave B. My pen is awful today, and then probably head down for a wave C. Sorry about my pen today, guys. I don't know. My computer has been lagging really, really bad today. I did a defragment and I restarted it, but I don't know why. My computer's not happy with me today. So I think we're probably making a B right now. So let's go down and do natural gas. Ooh, natural gas did go all the way down. I think it's going to go back up. Let's go to the 4 hour because I can already see that this is the clearest time frame because I already see what it is we're looking at. Let me get rid of this because that's probably not what we have. I think this is pretty clear even though it was kind of tricky. This move up was definitely a little tricky, but I think it's very clear now what we have. A, B, C, just like what I had before, but then instead of continuing the uptrend, it made 1, 2, 3 waves up for a wave D. Whenever you see a wave C that you think is over, and then it makes 3 waves up and then pulses down, you can pretty much guarantee that it's a wave D. And now, look at that, we got a downtrend forming. And that downtrend looks very close to being over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. If this makes an engulfing move to the upside, a break of structure, I would almost guarantee that's the end of a wave E and probably a continuation of the uptrend. So this is a really good learning lesson right here because whenever you see an A, B, C correction, and then you go long, and then you see the market make 1, 2, 3 waves up with a big engulfing turn, you can almost always guarantee that the correction is not over, because what happens at the end of an ABC correction, you get the continuation of the uptrend. So if you see an ABC correction, and then it doesn't continue the uptrend, but instead makes 3 waves up and pulses it down, you can almost guarantee it's a D, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, and then back up again. Oh, hey, yeah, good job, Vicky. So, most likely this is going to be a long opportunity coming up. I think so, yeah, probably a really good time to close that short. I mean, it definitely could end up going down a little bit more, maybe even go down and stop hunt the people right here. Because you know there's probably a lot of orders right here, whether they're stop orders or whether they're limit orders or whatever they may be. The market loves to hunt out people's orders, so there's a good chance it might go down a little more, and then bam, probably up it goes. It definitely doesn't have to go down there, so if you do see it turn up and you do see it break structure, I would definitely go long, but probably is going to end up going down there, stopping everybody out before it takes off to the upside. Make sure it grabs everybody's liquidity before it takes off. Go down to the 1 hour. It's definitely a downtrend, and it definitely isn't over yet. I might have been tricked by this move up right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might have even gone long right there, especially after that impulsive move up. But then guess what? It's kind of the same deal as this wave C over here. If you go long at the end of a 5th wave pattern, and you see that it doesn't go up and break the wave 4 structure, but instead it goes up and makes 1, 2, 3 waves up, then you can almost guarantee that that is not the end, and it's probably going to make a wave 6. Which that's supposed to be a 6, and then probably go down and make a wave 7, and it probably will go down and take out that structure like I was just showing. Oh yeah, the 61.8. I don't have my fibs on here, but yeah, I see what you mean. Oops, daily time frame is almost too long. You almost got to go to like the 8 hour or something. Let's see, Fibonacci level, where we at on that? Oh yeah, that fib level kind of lines up pretty good with this liquidity area too. The 61 is way down here, but I mean it definitely could go down there for sure. We'll see. I think it's going to overshoot the 50. Probably like this. You might have your fib at a different area. You probably using equal highs and lows or whatever, but I think it might go down, overshoot this area, grab that liquidity, and back up it'll go. Have to keep an eye on it, definitely. So, yeah, you're measuring different areas. That's fine now. It's all the same. So let's look at crypto. Let's see what Bitcoin's up to. And then we'll go look at the S&P 500 and maybe NASDAQ if anybody cares. I think you have to go up to the weekly or you have to zoom out on the daily a lot. But I still think that this is a downtrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. And then this is like an uptrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. Wave A. B. I think we're going up for wave C. I'm starting to think that this 50% level is probably going to be the most likely place for this to end the wave C. And I think it's actually a wave B. And I think it's actually going to go down again, probably right around the $8,000 to $12,000 area is my target for a wave C. And then once that wave C is over, who knows? Maybe it will end up continuing the uptrend. I was listening to, but there was an Instagram thing or something on the YouTube thing or something came up on my feed. People were talking about Bitcoin right now is going up to $160,000, and by the end of the decade, by 2030, it's going to be at $1 million a coin. I don't really know what that person was smoking, but I think it's probably a good idea if he shares, because I don't really think that's going to happen. I mean, maybe, but we'll have to see. So, anyways, I think this first move up is probably just a wave 1 of C. 1, 2, 3 waves down, probably a 2, and then probably back up for a wave 3 to make that bigger pattern. So let's see. Let's head down to the 4-hour time frame. I think that the wave 1 ends right here, and I think this is probably an A. I think this is a very corrective looking pattern here, probably a wave B. And then we're probably going to go down to make a wave C, which is probably not over yet. Probably going to go down and take out all these lows to finish a wave C, and then probably head back up. 1, 2, and then back up for a wave 3 to make that big pattern like I was showing on the daily. So going down to the 1-hour time frame, I don't think the downtrend is over. I actually think it might be preparing to go short now. 1, 2, 3 waves up. If this makes an impulsive move down, I would definitely take that as a short. So definitely I would definitely still be looking for shorts in a downtrend for sure, 100%. So let's go look at the stock market and get a couple requests from my Patreon members, and we'll probably look at that euro pound that a couple different people were requesting. Oh wow, we are almost right at that 78% fib level. That's pretty much has to be an area of resistance, I would say. Maybe we are due for a bigger correction like that and then back up again. I still think there's a good chance that this 78% will not hold. Price will probably end up going past that. But if it makes that 3, 4, 5 shape and then turns down and breaks structure, that's going to be it. Now the stock market's going to be going down big time, I think. Hasn't happened yet. Probably isn't going to happen for a while, maybe months, but I want to see that other fib level on the shorter time frames too. Let me fix that. There we go. Yeah, still in an uptrend. Still isn't confirmed it's over. We don't know that this, I would think that this 78% would cause a pullback, but we don't know. I mean, it definitely could keep on going up. I would have to see a break of structure on this sort of time frame, maybe something like this, make a new high, then a break of structure. That will probably tell me that the wave 3 is over, and then at that point is when it will probably go down, make an ABC, and then back up again. And if it makes that 3, 4, 5 shape and then turns down again and breaks structure, that's probably going to be the end of a wave C. Probably the end of a wave C or B. Oh, it did make 3 waves down today, though. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 waves down, impulsive up. I would have definitely gone long that if I was trading S&P, which I don't trade that, but that definitely made 3 waves down, impulsive up. That's probably going up for sure. Probably going to go up and hit this 78% because we didn't quite hit it before. And then, if it goes down and breaks structure, we'll know that this trend right here is over. If it doesn't break structure and it just keeps making higher highs, higher lows, then we can just keep on going long. Every single time it makes a new higher high, higher low. Ooh, look at that. Same thing. 1, 2, 3 waves down. I bet this is going up to at least take out this high. It definitely could be a 3, 4, 5 right here. And if that's the case, it'll probably just end up breaking this high and then turning back down. So definitely be aware of that. It is definitely a very likely possibility that something like that could happen. So let's see. Ooh, I need 3 more subscribers and I'll be at 19,000 subscribers. So definitely like and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. 3 more subscribers and I'll hit my 19,000, and then 20,000 hopefully by probably the middle of next month. I'll hit my 20,000 mark, which is a big milestone for YouTube. So pretty exciting for sure. So let's see, we did all the dollar, we did all the yen. Let's go do a couple requests. My first request was from Menu for the Aussie Swiss, which I'm kind of glad to see Menu trading something besides gold, because gold can be quite difficult sometimes. I went through on Saturday and spent a few hours analyzing some of these pairs that I don't normally look at, and Aussie Swiss was one of them. I think that this is very clearly a 3-way pattern up. I think that we're in a WXY right now because of correlated pairs with the Aussie. I think this right here is a trend. I think this is a correction. I think that this is probably going down for a wave Y. I would be watching these fib levels. The 61.8 is probably the most likely right here. So if it hits one of these fib levels, it doesn't have to be the 61, it could be the 50 or even the 178, any of them really, and then makes an impulsive turn up and breaks structure, that probably will be the end of a wave Y, and maybe even the continuation of the uptrend. Let's head down a little bit further. Ooh, wow, that was a really nice end of a correction that Menu got in. 1, 2, 3 waves up. That was nice. I don't think he got in up here, but he got in down here someplace, and that was a really nice one. ABC up. 1, 2, probably 3, 4, 5. Probably one of these 2 Fibonacci's. It would be a big area of resistance. 4-hour time frame. Definitely still looking for shorts in a downtrend. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 waves up. 1, 2, 3 waves up. It doesn't look like a trend that's over, really. I mean, it looks like it's going to go down more. I think there's a good chance that this 150 will not hold. I think there's a good chance it will go down to the 61.8, maybe even a little bit further. So that's pretty good. Yeah, it's going up a little bit right now, but I bet that move up is going to be a correction also. Probably make a 1, 2, 3-way pattern up and probably go down again. 158.9. That must have, yeah, that was your entry, right? 158.9. 970. Yeah, that was a pretty good entry, buddy. Real good. Yeah, nice. That was a nice trade, definitely. The Aussie Swiss is a nice one to be sorting, definitely. Like I said, I went through this weekend and spent a few, like 3-4 hours on Sunday going through the pound pairs, the euro pairs, and the Aussie pairs, and analyzing them just on the longer time frames, just on the monthly, weekly, and daily. So that way, during these live streams, if somebody asks for something, I can, be more prepared to analyze stuff for people. So I would definitely still be looking for shorts for sure. It might even, I think the fact that it hasn't hit the 150 yet tells me that it's probably going to make another short. If you see 3 waves up and pulse it down, I would go short again. At least ride it down to this 150 area. Probably right around the 1.583 area, 1.5832 area. I think would be a very good place to try to trade this to. Let's see. Let me check and see if there's any more requests in my Patreon memberships. The Aussie Swiss, the Euro Aussie, and the Euro Canadian. Yes, no problem. So yeah, let's do the Euro Aussie. The Euro Aussie next. Euro Aussie. I think this is another one. Yeah, I went through this one this weekend too. I still think that this is an end of a correction on the monthly time frame. ABC down, impulsive up. This is probably for the next year or more going to be in an uptrend. Probably for a couple years, honestly. So now you remember that. Now go down to the sort of time frames. We skip the weekly. The weekly, I bet is going to continue to go up. It's probably going to eventually end up doing something like that. Going up to the 78, maybe even the 100% Fibonacci extension. So definitely looking for longs on this one for sure. Look at this nice ABC correction we just had. 1, 2, 3 waves down, impulsive up. That's a daily time frame end of a correction. You could have entered right there, and I would definitely still be holding this trade. 1, ABC down. 2, probably going to continue the uptrend for a wave 3. Man, my pen is awful today. 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's just my pen that's glitching. I don't know. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, I'm definitely looking for longs and an uptrend for sure. This is probably a 1. This is probably an A, B, C of 2. And we're probably going to continue to make higher highs, higher lows for wave 3. So I would definitely be looking for longs at the end of any pullbacks that I may see. For sure. Oh yeah, look at that. That's getting ready to start a correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. It went down, broke structure. This is the beginning of a correction, which is really, really good for us if we're looking for longs. If I see 3 waves down, I see impulsive up, I would definitely take that as a long opportunity for the continuation of the uptrend, for sure. Probably a 1, probably a 2. And then probably, even though that looks like a Z, and then probably up for a wave 3. So definitely looking for longs on that one for sure. The Euro Canadian is another one we're going to look at. The Euro Canadian, which is another one that I know that I looked at this weekend. So let's go up to the monthly to remind myself. The Euro Canadian, now we're definitely going up, and based on all the Euro pairs, we're probably going up for quite a while. I think there's a good chance that it's going to go up and eventually take out these highs. So now going down to the weekly. Oh, excuse me. I think this is probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. I think this is an irregular ABC correction. I think that this is going to continue the uptrend, and we're already in a wave 3. A lot of this is based on correlated pairs too. Correlated euro pairs. Now this is a big move up right here, but look at that. 1, 2, 3 waves up for sure. I really think this right here is a wave B, even though it is a higher high than the wave 5. That's an irregular top or an irregular wave B. And then we're going down for probably a wave C. This is probably, anything we see to the downside is probably going to be only a correction to the uptrend. So I would definitely be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. Big move down. Which honestly, that's good for us because that's probably going down to grab liquidity. Probably going to make a 3-wave pattern down and then back up again. So depending on what time frame you trade on, if you're a scalper, you could definitely be looking for shorts right now because we do have a break of structure on the 1-hour time frame. So if you're scalping, I would definitely be looking for shorts. But I would also realize that this move down is probably a wave A. It's probably eventually going to make a correction to that wave A, like a wave B. And then probably go down again for a wave C. Eventually, probably end up continuing the uptrend. So I would, if you trade below the 1 hour, I'd be looking for short scalping. If you trade above the 1 hour, I would be waiting for the end of an ABC correction to go long for the continuation of the uptrend, for sure. So let's see, the Euro Pound was requested by a couple people in the chat, so let's take a look at that. Let's go up to the monthly so I can remind myself. Yeah, this one's a little different than some of the other euro pairs because of how strong the pound has been. It's definitely going down right now, but where does that move down? It kind of looks like the move down is a correction. One thing I have to notice on the weekly is we have 1, 2, 3 waves up. We have 1, 2, 3 waves down, which means that we're probably eventually going to end this wave down and go up for 1, 2, 3 waves up. So I think there's a good chance this one's going to end a move pretty soon, and we are sitting at the 61% Fibonacci extension right now. So if it does go up, if it does break structure, that's going to be the end of this wave C of X. Probably going to go up and make an A, B, C of Y next, which is definitely a big move to the upside for sure. I think we may have already started that move, honestly. It looks like there's a 1 in here someplace, probably an A, B, C of 2 right there. 3, 4, 5. We're at a Fibonacci level. We have that 3, 4, 5 shape. I wouldn't really trust it 100% until it broke this structure right here, but if it does break that structure, I would definitely be looking for pullback entries for the continuation of the uptrend for sure. Hey Ritzy, yeah, definitely contact me at the this live stream, and I'll give you the benefits. As a Patreon member, you get access to my trading course, which is over 7.5 hours of content. This right here is my trading course. Each one of these modulars have at least a couple videos in it. I cover everything from trading psychology, Elliott wave. This last couple sections is my trading strategy, market structure, Fibonacci analysis, risk management, trends corrections, and how much money is potentially can be made in Forex. So if anybody is interested in joining my Patreon membership, definitely check that out. It comes with the Patreon membership, and then also included in the Patreon membership is a morning forecast that I do every single morning pre-London session. So every single morning pre-London session, I analyze all the dollar pairs, all the yen pairs, as you can see, and then we also do a morning video, usually about 20 to 30 minute long, where we do it together, and I show people what pairs I'm looking to trade, what direction I'm looking to trade. I don't actually tell you, I don't give trade signals, but I do tell you what pairs I'm looking to trade, what direction I'm looking to trade, what time frame I'm looking to trade. So pretty much everything but trading signals, really. So if anybody is interested in joining that, then the link for that is in the description, and it will be in the chats right now. So it's pretty cheap compared to all the stuff you get, definitely. And the link for that is in the chat and in the description, so definitely check that out if you are interested. So going down to the 4-hour time frame now, like I keep saying, if anybody wants to join my Discord membership, the Discord itself is 100% free. You never have to pay a dime on Discord if you do not want to. You're not going to receive access to my trading course and my members forecast that I do every single morning before the London session, but you will get access to my group where there's a lot of people in there willing to help out. So definitely check that out if you are interested, for sure. So let's see, the 4-hour time frame on this one. Now, technically, this level right here is what I would like to see taken out. But we do have a break of structure here. So this one's a little tricky on the sort of time frames because I see 3 waves up. It makes me wonder if it's going to keep going down. Based on the longer time frames, I think it's more likely to go up. But really, we should technically be looking for shorts right now. So it's kind of a tricky one as we go down. We definitely have a break of structure on the 1-hour time frame, as you can see. So with that break of structure, we may even have the end of a correction right here. I don't know. I would be looking for a corrective up. If I see corrective up, I would be trying to get in short. And then as you are short, you would learn whether it's a wave C and then it goes back up, probably still making some money. Or you would learn whether it's a wave 3. What's a wave 3 would just keep on making lower lows, lower highs. So definitely worth taking that short if you are available for that. So let me just check one more time Discord to see if there's any more chat, any more requests before I move on to the dollar pairs again. Well, I think we covered everybody. So let's go look at the dollar pairs again, see if anything's going on. It is Monday. Mondays are definitely known to be slow. Not all Mondays, but most Mondays are definitely known to be a little bit on the slow side. Another problem with Mondays is quite often you get false breakouts and false entries, and basically because there's not enough volume in the market, so definitely be careful of that sometimes. Not always, and not all pairs, but especially with the dollar pairs. Definitely the dollar pairs seem to be pretty slow most Mondays. So the euro dollar is going down, probably all part of an ABC correction, probably going to make some sort of a 3-way pattern, and probably going to end up continuing up. All the higher time frames are definitely telling me the trend is up, so I do think that anything we see to the downside is going to be a correction to the uptrend. Pound dollar looks like it's trying to turn up, but it does look to me like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I bet this move up is going to be a correction and it's going to go down again before it goes back up. So I think there's probably going to be a 3-way pattern on that one coming also. Aussie dollar is definitely a trend. There's no mistaking this as a trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we are preparing to go up, but I think that move up will be a correction and it'll probably go down and then back up. So I think we are preparing to go up and make a wave B probably on all the dollar pairs. Kiwi dollar, same thing as the Aussie dollar pretty much. 1, 2, probably 3, 4, 5 right there. Probably getting ready to go up to make a wave B and then probably down again to C and then back up again. Probably going to be tomorrow London or maybe tomorrow New York session before the dollar ends this correction that we're currently in. Ooh, the US dollar Canadian made a pretty big dive. I mean, there's always a chance that this could just keep on going down, so definitely be aware of that, but most likely it is going to end up going back up. Probably like that. Maybe go back up to these highs and then go back down. It seems like it should make a proper ABC correction before it actually goes back up. Yeah, Canadian news tomorrow. Canadian CPI news tomorrow. Good point. ABC is what I would expect to see. Maybe tomorrow's Canadian news will cause like a wave C spike reversal and then it continues the downtrend. Definitely a possibility. Yeah, they probably are going to raise rates a little more for the Canadian, huh? The Swiss, I don't think I'd be trying to go long on this one, even though I do think that it probably is going up, sort of term. Probably going to end up doing something like that and then going back down. It's probably already in an ABC, honestly. It definitely looks like it could be already in that ABC correction before it ends up going back down. And the dollar yen, I think it's probably going up because of the yen also. This is probably like a 1, 2. I bet this is going to stretch out into a 3, 4, 5 of A. Especially looking at the yen pairs. Probably eventually go down, make a B, and then back up for a C. Probably going to end up doing something like that. A, B, and C. Yeah, oh yeah, the price of maple syrup went up, yeah. And Canada is really big for oil and gold too, so ABC up and pulse it down, probably continue the downtrend. So let's head down to gold. Gold was, yeah, gold definitely not really. Somebody was saying gold was rallying, but they're probably looking at the 1 minute time frame. Yeah, on the 1 minute time frame, gold is rallying, but on a time frame that I would actually be looking at, gold's definitely not rallying. So I think that gold is due for another move down. Probably going to go down again. Probably going to go down to one of these lower Fibonacci levels, which really it could be any one of them before it ends up continuing the uptrend. So I would definitely be looking for longs on gold. If you trade below the 1 hour time frame, you could definitely be looking for shorts. If you trade above the 1 hour, you probably should be waiting for the long opportunity for the continuation of the uptrend. Yeah, M pattern pretty much. Like 1, 2, 3, and then back up. So that's pretty much it for today. I do hope that everybody likes and subscribes to my channel. Let's see if I got those last 3 subscribers real quick. And 1,900 subscribers. Woo! 19,000 subscribers, I mean. So thank you for the support. I really do appreciate the support. It makes a huge difference to, push my videos out to new members. So I just barely hit 19,000 subscribers while we were in the live stream, so that's pretty exciting. 20,000 is the one that I'm really looking for. I think that's going to be a very big milestone. And so definitely keep liking, keep subscribing, keep helping me push my videos and live streams out to new members. Hey Jimmy, how's it going today, buddy? Nice to see you. Thanks a lot. So definitely like and subscribe to my channel. It makes a huge difference pushing YouTube out to new members. Also, make sure you join my free Discord channel, which I had 52 votes. 87% of people said that they are a member of my Discord. So definitely join. It's 100% free to join. Never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. Now, if you do want some extra help with your trading, you do want to see my trading course or participate in my members forecast area, then definitely check that out also. So, anyways, I think that's it for today. Now, everybody needs to realize that tomorrow I will be taking the day off because tomorrow I am moving to a different apartment, which is only a couple kilometers from where I'm currently living. So tomorrow I'm not going to have any internet because today they're shutting the internet off at the place I'm currently living, and tomorrow they're going to be turning the internet on at my new apartment at around 5 p.m. So there's not going to be any videos tomorrow at all and no live streams at all, but by Wednesday morning I will be back. Brand new apartment, brand new internet, and ready to go. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of today. And as always, happy trading and good luck with everything today and tomorrow. So thanks and happy trading.